Very good morning, cadets. In the last class, I just mentioned about various temple towns. Temple towns, which we mentioned in the last class, same the Tanjavur, that is in Tamil Nadu, Vidisha in Madhya Pradesh, Somnath in Gujarat, then Kanchipuram, that is in Tamil Nadu, Madurai is also in Tamil Nadu, Tirupati in Andhra Pradesh. Now let us move to the first temple town, which is okay. Let us study about the temple towns in detail. When we speak about temple towns, Tanjavur I will explain once I completed the other 5 towns, because in detail we studied about Tanjavur in the previous lessons. The first one which we speak about, that is Somnath. Let us quickly go through the brief history of Somnath. The town of Lord of Moon. Somnath means, Soma means Chandra or moon. A person who is carrying or bearing moon is called as Somnath, that is Shiva, Lord Shiva. Somnath literally means Lord of Moon. He is a pilgrimage center and a home to one of the 12 Jyotirlingas. It is a town which derives much of its identity from the mythology, religion and the legends that surrounds it. Primarily a temple town, Somnath is a place where strong scent of religion, legends lingers around tourism and everyday life. It's a spiritual environment and ornamented by the huge number of temple area. However, Somnath also offers beaches, museums and other attractions. While the Somnath temple and Somnath beach are the primary place of visit here, Geeta Mandir, Balukta Tirth, Kammat Mahadev Mandir, Somnath Museum, some other places you can visit. According to Hindu religion, visiting Jyotirling is considered as the most auspicious duty which a Hindu can perform. So there are total 12 Jyotirlingas. Out of that total 12 Jyotirlinga, Somnath is one among the 12 Jyotirlinga. So visiting Somnath got a lot of importance in the religion of Hinduism. So Somnath is one of the major pilgrimage center. Cadets, this is the picture of the temple of Somnath. You can see, besides you can see sea, beautiful beaches, and it's a very beautiful temple. It is one of the important Jyotirlingas, Somnath. So even today, Somnath is considered as one of the place where close together people visit every year, majorly for the purpose that is religious purpose, visiting the temple. The second point which we are going to study, or second temple town, is Vidisha. Vidisha, which is in Madhya Pradesh. Okay, it is located in 62.5 kilometer northeast from the state capital. The capital of Madhya Pradesh is Bhopal. The name Vidisha is derived from nearby river Bias. Okay, so Vidisha is not only a center for one religion, it is a center for several religions, including Jainism as well as Buddhism. So Vidisha is one of the major temple town today, and it's one of the major pilgrimage center. There are a few pictures related to Jain temple and Hindu temples of Vidisha. These are all the architectural beauty, but unfortunately they are all not maintained today because of the climatic conditions, and because of not properly maintained, all these temples are not in a good shape. Next one in the row is Kanchipuram. Cadets, whenever Kanchipuram, Kanjivaram. So Kanchipuram is very, very popular for silk production. Dharmaram, Kanjivaram, Madurai, they are all very, very popular for silk, especially silk sarees. Kanchipuram is also famous for Kanchi Kamakoti temple. That's very, very popular temple. If you able to recall Shankaracharya, one of the greatest Hindu philosopher as well as a person who went in search of truth, Shankaracharya got a great influence in Kanchi. Kanchipuram is also known as Kanchi. It's an ancient city in southern India's Tamil Nadu state. Kanchi is considered as a holy pilgrimage site by Hindus. It is home to many temples. The 8th century Kailashnatheshwar temple, dedicated to Lord Shiva, is a vast complex which intricate sandstone carving. Ulaganada Perumal temple house is a huge statue of Lord Vishnu. A mango tree, Ekam Bareshwara temple courtyard is thought of very, very sacred. This is a brief write-up about Kanchi. Okay. Why Kanchipuram is famous? Kanchipuram is famous because of this reason. That is, it is located in South Tamil Nadu. It's one of the holiest sites in the country after Varanasi. Varanasi is considered as very holy town for Hindus because, cadets, if you remember or if you know the little bit about Hindu worshipping style, that is, the ultimate search of a Hindu philosophy says that a person should be free from the cycle of birth and death, that is, Janma and Punarjanma. Many Hindu acharyas argued that a human soul, that is called an individual soul, we believe that every human being having a soul which is very, very sacred. Many acharyas say that human soul is a part of Supreme Soul. Supreme Soul is God. So it is, every human soul is so blessed because it's a part of Supreme Soul. Once a human soul get the moksha, moksha means free from the cycle of birth and death. If you read Garuda Purana, explains about the birth of cycle of birth and death. So it is told that if somebody died or visited Kashi, every religious acharyas have different argument about this, but still if somebody is say that visiting Kashi will make you liberated, that a person can attain moksha. So it's very, very, Varanasi or Kashi is a very, very important religious place for Hindus. So after Kashi or Varanasi, the second importance is given to the place called Kanchipuram. That's why it's very, very holy temple town for Hindus. It is also known as a city of 1,000 temples because of the vast number of temples located here. Many beautiful temples are there in Kanchi. Few I am showing here. Such a wonderful construction. Actually, there is a mixture of Chalukya style of construction. That's why huge temple construction you can see. Whenever you visit Tamil Nadu, the Chennai, capital city of Tamil Nadu, definitely make an effort to visit Kanchi, not only in the religious point of view, but if you are really true lover of art and architecture and the ancient monuments and the buildings, definitely you can visit this temple and get enriched by the culture of Hinduism as well as medieval Indian history. Next, let us move to the next temple town, which is called Madurai. Madurai, if you visit Madurai, Madurai is very popular for the temple Madurai Meenakshi temple. Okay, Madurai Meenakshi temple, the Gopuram, the huge Gopurams of Madurai Meenakshi temple, they are very popular. Today, if you visit Madurai, the entire town of this Madurai is inside this Gopuram area. That means imagine few 100 years back, that entire area where the Gopurams are located, that those areas belongs to the temple. But today, because of the encroachment and all, things have changed. You see, this is huge Gopurams. You can see the tall Gopurams of Madurai Meenakshi temple. Towers, this is tower. Why it is called Gopuram? Because if you see the top of here, you can see the horn of a bull. Govu. Govu means bull or cow. Okay. So it's a holy for Hindus. Okay. That's the reason why huge temple tower of Gopurams are constructed. And major reason why the Gopurams were constructed, one is architectural beauty. The second one is an identity. That is the reason why the huge Gopurams were constructed. If you visit any temples of Tamil Nadu, you can see such, they are very famous for huge Gopurams. Read once again this. Madurai is an energetic town, ancient town of Vaigai. Vaigai is a river in South Indian state of Tamil Nadu. Its skyline is dominated by the 14 colorful Gopurams, which I told you. Gopuram, that is gateway tower of Meenakshi Amman temple. So please do visit Madurai, because you will be really impressed by the way of construction of Gopurams. And if you stand near to that Madurai Meenakshi temple, you can see such a huge tall Gopurams which are spread in that Madurai town, that imagine once it was, the entire land area was belongs to that temple, that is Madurai Meenakshi temple. It is carved in a Dravidian style. It's a major temple site. Millions of people attend the procession of ceremonies of April Chitra festival celebrated in Madurai Meenakshi and Lord Vishnu. Okay, so Madurai Meenakshi temple, today Madurai is one of the major pilgrimage center. You can see these are the Gopurams of Madurai Meenakshi temple. I am lucky because I visited several times this temple. You see, this is the beautiful temple, the temple lake. Okay, Lakshadweepotsavam, that means lighting of 1 lakh lamps, more than 1 lakh lamps. So the temple town or the temple looks so beautiful, and very important that you have to understand that such huge temples constructed in state of Tamil Nadu or in Madurai, especially we are speaking about Madurai Meenakshi temple. Even today these temples buildings are very intact or very strong, even though nearly 1,000 years old. Nothing has happened to these temples. That is the level of standard or a quality of construction by the people belongs to the medieval Indian history. Next, of course, you know one of the richest temple in the world, that is Tirupati Balaji temple. Tirupati is a city of Indian state of Andhra Pradesh. Its Sri Venkateshwara sits on the top of one of the 7 peaks of Tirumala hills, attracting scores of Hindu pilgrimage. Sri Venkateshwara National Park is a home of temple. It also contains Venkateshwara Zoological Park, Kapileshwara temple. These are small depiction, tourist depiction. TTD, Tirumaleshwara temple is such a popular temple. If someone want to believe, if someone want to become rich or blessed with the Lord Lakshmi, Goddess Lakshmi and Venkateshwara, it is told that you should visit Tirupati, because Balaji or Tirupati is known for wealth. Okay, so very popular devotional centers of Hindus. This is the same lighting of the temple Tirupati Balaji. So let us quickly go through the temple towns which we studied today. We studied about Somnath. We studied about Somnath temple. We also studied about Vidisha. Then we studied about Kanchipuram. Okay. Beautiful temples of Kanchipuram. Then we studied about Madurai. Why Madurai is famous? You should remember always, they are famous for colorful gopurams, that is gateway. These are the gopurams of Madurai. Then we also studied about Tirupati. Tirupati, 7 hills, that is temple for Lord Balaji. So please remember all these temple towns which are very popular today, even today. They were all once, or during the medieval Indian history, they were very popular temple towns. Cadets, try to understand. Don't read history just for the purpose of getting good score in the examination. When you read history in the true spirit of the culture, definitely it teaches you how to respect the culture or how to respect the Indian culture. Because Indian culture, compared to any culture from any other foreign countries, Indian culture is always considered as one of the greatest culture, which is always respected the concept of tolerance, that is mainly religious tolerance. We respected all the religions, we respected all creatures. For example, whenever we see gods, you can see the vehicles of gods are most of the time they are animals. The purpose of Lord Ganesha sitting on a small mouse doesn't mean that rat or a mouse can lift Ganesha. Its importance is that even a minute or a negligible creature also given importance. That is the reason why. That's why when you study any religion in the true spirit of a religion, because every religion, let it be Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Jain, Buddhist, Parsi, Christianity, any religion for that matter, every religion explains and expects, that is universal peace. No religion say that promote violence, kill people of other religion. No religious teachings says about this. It's only perverted people or people with the negative interests, they say that do this and that. But otherwise, any religion spreads the idea of religious tolerance. Take care. We'll proceed with the next next topic in the next class. Take care. Wish you a wonderful day.